Hi kids, today we're making a baked bean chutney. So I'm going to start off with the ingredients. So we've got 1 large tomato grated, half a handful of dhania, 50 ml of oil, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of brown sugar, half an onion chopped, 5 chillies sliced, 2 cloves of garlic chopped. We've got 1 tablespoon of mixed masala, and we've got 1 teaspoon of chili powder. Chili powder is optional, just to add some extra heat. And then we've got 1 can of baked beans. Remember to always wash your can before making use of it. Okay, so we start off by adding the oil to the pot. Let it heat up for about 2 to 3 minutes. Once it's hot, then we're just going to drop in the onion and the chili. Okay, so now we've got the oil that's hot. We're just going to drop in the onion and the chili. And hear the sizzle. The oil is just the right temperature, so just give this a stir in. And you want this to braise for about 2 to 3 minutes until the onion is a bit soft. Okay, so we're just going to leave that there for a little while. Okay, so now the onions has braised quite nicely. What we're going to do now is add in the chili powder, the mixed masala, and the garlic. Stir that in. Alright, let this braise for about 30 seconds. Roast the masala. Okay, so now this is roasted. What we can do is add in the tomato. Give that a good stir, let it all mix. Right, then you want to let this cook for about 5 minutes or so. Then we're going to add in the salt and the sugar. So let's just give this 5 minutes to cook down. Okay, so the tomatoes has been cooking for about 2.5 minutes or so. You can see it's taking a nice consistency, forming into a paste. Let it cook out for the rest of the 5 minutes. Okay kids, so this has been cooking now for about 5 minutes, but remember, while it's cooking, to give it a few stirs to make sure it doesn't catch. So at this point we're going to add in the salt and the sugar. Stir that in, let it absorb. Then what we're also going to do is add in half of the dhania to let the flavors cook into the chutney. So then we want to stir this up. Then what you're going to do is give this about another 2 minutes of cooking. Then we are ready to add in the beans. Okay, so the tomato is now cooked in. So in total it's cooked for about 7 minutes. At this point you want to drop in your baked beans. Okay, give it a stir in. And at this point what you're going to do is reduce your heat to a low heat. So it'll be like a number 3 on your stove. Let this now simmer cook for about 5 minutes. And then it should be ready to go. Okay kids, so the beans has been on low heat now for about 2 minutes or so. Remember to always stir your bean, because at this point it's going to start thickening up and it will start catching at the bottom. To prevent the catching, always make sure you give it a good stir and let it cook in. So every minute or so you want to give it a stir. Okay, so it's been cooking for 5 minutes now. Remember to keep on stirring while it's cooking so it doesn't catch. You can see it's starting to catch the bottom there. So to prevent it, make sure you always stir. So at this point it is done. What you can do now is add in the remaining of the coriander and ready to serve.